As you already know, the California Standards for the Teaching Profession, known as the CSTP, are intended to provide guidelines for educators to fulfill their professional roles and responsibilities. These standards are not regulations used to control the specific actions of teachers, but rather to guide teachers as they develop, refine, and extend their practice. The CSTP are organized around 6 interrelated standards for teaching. Standard 1, engaging and supporting all students in learning. Standard 2, creating and maintaining effective environments for student learning. Standard 3, understanding and organizing subject matter for student learning. Standard 4, planning instruction and designing learning experiences for all students. Standard 5, assessing students for learning. Standard 6, developing as a professional educator. Within each of these standards are specific substandards. For example, in Standard 3, Understanding and Organizing Subject Matter for Student Learning, is Substandard 3.6, addressing the needs of English language learners and students with special needs to provide equitable access to content. As a reminder, when referring to the proficiency of your EL students, please use the new terminology. What used to be called CELT Levels 1 and 2 will now be referred to as emerging. Students may be classified in the emerging category as early emerging or exiting emerging. Former CELT Level 3 is now classified as expanding. Students may be classified in the expanding category as early expanding or exiting expanding. Finally, CELT Levels 4 and 5 will now be referred to as bridging. Students may be classified as early bridging or exiting bridging. ELs of all levels of English language proficiency should fully participate in grade level tasks in all content areas with varying degrees of scaffolding. Please remember that even if students aren't classified as EL, they may struggle with academic language and require scaffolding. It is important to keep in mind that academic language is a second language for all students. As you may already know, differentiation is required for English language learners and students with special needs. However, it may be necessary to differentiate curriculum and/or instructional strategies for those students who are struggling with learning. It is critical that all students have equal access to learning, especially in regards to meeting rigorous Common Core state standards. Therefore, even if a student isn't classified as an English learner or doesn't require special services such as an IEP or 504, it may be necessary to differentiate curriculum. In this section, you will be completing a self-assessment using the CSTP. Although your self-assessment is not used for an official evaluation with your school district, many school districts base their evaluations on teachers' ability to meet the CSTP. Self-reflecting on your strengths and areas for growth will help to improve your teaching practice as you consider the CSTP in your teaching. As you complete the self-assessment, reflect honestly on your rankings, as we will revisit the self-assessment regularly to monitor growth in your teaching practice. Review CSTP Standard 3, Understanding and Organizing Subject Matter for Student Learning. How do you organize curriculum and utilize instructional strategies and/or technology in order to make subject matter accessible to all students? Share one detailed example of what this looks like in your current teaching practice. Consider the needs of your EL students, students with special needs, and those struggling with academic content.